Carlos Alcaraz Garcia is a name that says raw talent, unwavering will, and unmatched desire. He is a tremendous talent who has captured the hearts of fans all over the world with his astonishing abilities on the court in the thrilling world of professional tennis, where every match is a struggle of skill, stamina, and resolve. He was born on May 5, 2003, in the little Spanish town of El Palmar, Murcia. From a young age, he was destined for greatness. Young Carlos was first introduced to tennis at the age of 4, and he was taught the game at the esteemed Real Sociedad Club de Campo de Murcia by his father, who was also a former tennis player. However, the world was not aware of his amazing skill until he went to train at the Equalite J.C. Ferrero Sports Academy under the guidance of Juan Carlos Ferrero. His rise in the tennis world has been nothing short of phenomenal, taking him from the sun-kissed courts of Spain to the great stages of the ATP Tour. At the tender age of 16, he made a stunning debut on the professional courts, winning championships on the ATP Challenger Tour and the ITF Men's World Tennis Tour with a style and determination that belied his years. However, it wasn't until 2022 that he made a lasting impression on tennis history. His rise to fame only intensified in the following years. He went on to rule the sacred grounds of Wimbledon with a firm resolve that stunned onlookers. But his popularity among fans goes beyond his on-court shenanigans. What makes him unique are his unwavering work ethic, humility, and everlasting enthusiasm for the game. He inspires a generation with his thundering serves and lightning-fast forehands, showing that everyone who dares to pursue their aspirations can achieve any goal. So fasten your seatbelts and get ready to see the rise of an everlasting tennis sensation. He won a vital match over an experienced opponent, Alberto Ramos Vinolas, in February 2020 to make his ATP main draw debut at the Rio Open. Even though he was eliminated in the second round, his brilliance was evident and predicted the incredible achievements that were yet to come. 2021 was the year of his meteoric ascent to fame. At the Australian Open, he made tennis history at the age of 17 by being the youngest player to compete in the men's singles tournament. There, he made his Grand Slam debut and demonstrated his extraordinary potential, paving the way for a string of incredible victories. But Alcaraz earned his name by shattering records and exceeding expectations on the clay courts of his home country, Spain. He won his first ATP championship in the Croatia Open Umag and became the youngest match winner in the history of the Madrid Open. In 2022, Alcaraz achieved surprising levels of achievement, which sparked the peak of his talent. He made history at the US Open by winning his first ever Grand Slam championship and seizing the opportunity to compete on the biggest stages with the game's giants. He broke records by making history as the youngest person to ever hold the renowned world #1 rating. He kept the tennis world in awe in 2023, adding to his legendary reputation with a remarkable run at Wimbledon, where he prevailed in an intense match against the formidable Novak Djokovic. Now Alcaraz's star shines as brilliantly off the court, where he inspires millions of people worldwide. His affiliation with renowned companies such as Nike and Rolex, and his position as a brand ambassador for Louis Vuitton demonstrate his essence of style, elegance, and sophistication. His meteoric climb to fame has intrigued viewers worldwide, and it will all play out in a groundbreaking Netflix documentary that will debut in 2025. This highly anticipated film, which Morena Films are producing, offers an intimate insight into the life and career of one of the most promising athletes. Expanding upon his prior appearances in Netflix's Breakpoint documentary series, Alcaraz's narrative will be delved into with never-before-seen detail, giving audiences a close-up look at the highs and lows as well as everything in between. The series will explore the setbacks and victories that have molded his path, from his modest origins in El Palmar, Murcia, to his historic victories on the biggest tennis stages. A teenage athlete thrown into the spotlight and forced to face the complexities of fame, success, and intense competition will be vividly portrayed in the docuseries, which will provide unique access to behind-the-scenes videos, intimate interviews, and never-before-seen moments. With his recent remarks on the toughest players he has faced on the ATP Tour, Carlos has been in the news, generating curiosity and speculation among tennis enthusiasts. He recently stated in an interview that was conducted during the Rolex Shanghai Masters that he believes Daniil Medvedev and Jannik Sinner to be two players he finds very intimidating. The 20-year-old Spaniard highlighted the serious threat presented by these up-and-coming players in his comments, which followed his recent losses to Sinner and Medvedev. He curiously left the world number one off his list of formidable opponents, even though he did face Novak Djokovic in matches that were just as difficult. Alcaraz said that the Russian's overpowering performance in the US Open semifinals had a lasting influence on him, even if he had recently lost to Medvedev. In a similar vein, his loss against Sinner at the China Open highlighted the Italian's increasing reputation as a difficult opponent. For fans, his open acceptance of the difficulties presented by Sinner and Medvedev begs interesting issues. In the future, will he be able to defeat these strong opponents? How will he modify his strategy to go against their advantages and swing the tide to his advantage? He is still committed to growing stronger and taking lessons from his losses despite these setbacks. Under the guidance of his coach Juan Carlos Ferrero, he is concentrating on evaluating his plays, pinpointing his weak points, and strengthening his abilities for upcoming games. Recently, he has been trending in the tabloids due to a suspected injury that he may have sustained. According to tabloids, Carlos Alcaraz's participation in the Monte Carlo Masters is in jeopardy due to alarming information that surfaced from his practice session in an unexpected turn of events. The world number 3 may be dealing with a more serious injury than first thought, as it was noticed that he had strapping on his right forearm. According to reports from the practice, Alcaraz looked to be having difficulty keeping up his typical level of effort. Witnesses saw him play less well and choose slice strokes over his trademark forehands, often sending balls into the net. His apparent incapacity to wield the racket correctly, which suggested a serious impairment, was even more concerning. His limited pre-practice gym regimen, which included simple stretches and runs, added petrol to the fire. This concerning trend persisted for a second day in a row, which added to the rumors over his fitness before his debut against Felix Auger-Aliassime. Now, Alcaraz has a difficult past in the Monte Carlo Masters. Last year, he was forced to quit because of an injury. With his involvement in risk once more, supporters can only wonder if history will repeat itself. He overcame an 8-month championship drought at Indian Wells, but there are still a lot of doubts about his ability to play at his peak on the clay courts of Monte Carlo. The tennis world eagerly awaits information on his condition as worries over his form and fitness grow. One thing is certain: as the competition gets closer, his path at the Monte Carlo Masters remains unknown, which has the spectators on edge and the competitors in chaos. Fans at the Monte Carlo Masters are left with a lot of unanswered questions as Alcaraz's adventure is in jeopardy. Will the teenage sensation bounce back from his most recent setback and keep up his incredible ascent in the tennis world? Can he overcome his injury problems and once more prove his unquestionable brilliance on a major platform? Fans anxiously await information on his condition, as the uncertainty surrounding his participation adds yet another level of drama to an already compelling tournament. One thing is clear: as the drama plays out, the tennis community will be eagerly observing, holding their breath in suspense, and praying for the victorious comeback of one of the game's biggest stars. Now, what do you think? Will he be able to recover from his injury and perform well? Let us know down in the comment section below. If you like this video, hit that subscribe button and press the bell icon so that you are notified as soon as we upload our next video. Thank you for watching.